but it doesn't sound fair. A person can also notify DOI.
I keep telling her that she needs to make a complaint because she's not under our local, so I can't really, it's nothing that I can really do for her.
So she can notify DOI because if there's some corruption in terms of overtime, managers love to use overtime to build up their click. It's a classic management tool to build their click up. They'll give their people overtime and make everybody feel unwanted, unliked, and you better get down or else. But I would advise her to file a complaint with DOI.
Okay.
But I see you, Dockery, up there fighting for somebody else.
Yeah, for Ms. Davis, because I feel bad for her. Why she got to bet as much work that needs to be done with all the stuff dealing with financial. Why would you tell somebody no that's trying to do the overtime? Like, I don't understand that. And it's clear that she gives it to the people that she like. And the funny thing about that, honestly, she's terrible with her time. She's disgusting. She's never there. And when she comes at 11 o'clock, how you clocking somebody's time and you strolling in at 11, 12 o'clock?
That's the people.
And that's crazy. But like the gentleman said, the flunky, if it ain't Mr. Wells trying to shut you down, if you don't agree with whatever he's saying, it's his flunkies. Because he got a lot of flunkies that do the same thing. Oh, you give him a chance. A chance? We watched what he did the whole 2-3 years. He did nothing. What chance? Your chances is over.
Yeah. And he's going to be even worse because he's not physically able for the challenge. He's not mobile. We need a ship that can hit the ground running and get to these locations and get up and get at management and organize these members. It's that plain and simple. That I don't see the drive there anymore in him. It used to be when I first met him over 20 years old. It's not there anymore. It's just keeping the status quo, keeping his family and his friends and in power and employed, but it's not about the members. I had no problem leaving. When I tell you, I had no problem leaving. We had a conversation, and it didn't go the way I wanted to go, and that was it. I left after that because just no way in the world I was going to sit there with all I have to bring to the table and be put on a shelf because of his politics. Just not going to happen. I'd rather take my chance on the outside like I'm doing now than to sit there and see people who I've trained be in a better position than I was in to help members. And that's all I did when I was there was help members. There are members now, when I first got there, I begged him pretty much to allow me to help get the members overtime payback because the city time is like a slot machine. And so I don't know if you've been hearing about it, but it's like over $200 million settlements have been issued to the members based on the lawsuits that I initiated when I first got there under the FLSA. Those are the things that I was doing when I was there. It's just so much work to be done. And I think time and resources are being wasted under his leadership. It's all about him. It's like a cult. It's all about him, and it's not about the members. And it's sickening to see resources wasted on just his insecurity, as opposed of those resources helping members.
All right, I'll be in touch with you
on the phone.
Quick question. All right, I love you.
And when members call, you can just see the stress, hear the stress in their voice.
Question.
Because they didn't believe that when they were on the phone, when they were making a phone call, they were going to be, they were going to be helped.
Okay, so
They had no faith that they were going to
Alex,
be
I think someone had a.
Hold on, Mr. Parker. Somebody needs to mute their phone. Please mute your phones. Please mute.
Thank you.
Yeah. Quick question, Mr. Parker.
Yeah, I told you. That's what I was telling you.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Parker?
Would you please? We're listening.
Here.
Yeah. So my question is, Mr. Parker, have you ever held any position in the union?
I was the president of Local 1457 for 9 years. We were losing the battle with the child advocates, so I merged my union under Faye Moore's presidency. okay? Because it wasn't about me, it was about the members needing legal services and a bigger union. Okay, because our union only had like 500 members. So I also was on executive board of DC 37 for 6 years, about, or give or take. I think I did 2 terms as an executive vice president of DC 37. I've been a trade unionist for 31 years. I was a grievance rep down at the union. I am more than qualified to be president of Local 371.
Thank you.
More than welcome.
Thank you. My next
welcome.
question is, do you have laid out plans on campaigning, talking to people, reaching out people? Do you have staffs, like your own staffs, to reach out to their local members in their local areas? Do you have things already lined up? And the third question is, when is the next election?
The nominations is March 15th. The local is huge. It's 22,000.
In the last 2-3 years, I have been rooting for you, but this is the first time I'm meeting you or hearing from you. Cleve, can you say something, please? Because I'm sure if I am rooting for him for the last 3 years, before COVID, during COVID, and I'm just hearing from him, I'm sure there are a few other people like me who is tired of what is currently going on and would have loved to hear from him. Why are we just hearing from him?
Well,
that means to me, that means a lot of work still needs to be done. I don't mind helping. I don't mind doing anything.
I really appreciate it.
You might need your help. But that means a lot of work still has to be done to reach out to these people if you really, really, really want in there, which we want you to come in. From what I've read about you, from what I've heard from you, then I don't know. There's no time. We really need to go out there and work.
I think it's time, and I think that's the reason yesterday
March 15th?
On our chat, I had a chance to say, hey, we need to galvanize the members and reach out to as many people as we can. Now, amongst ourselves, there's about 11 of us right here. I think we can reach out to about maybe 500, if not more people before March 15th and so on. What we need to do is multiply this effort if we're really serious about the change of leadership in our local. So this conference here is extremely urgent, is badly needed, which is the reason that we're doing it. Now, March 15th is only about maybe a week and a half from today. There's a lot we can do if we organize and structure ourselves correctly. Right now, the most important thing we need to do is spread this conference. We're taping it so we can share it with other people and tell them how important, how critical that is. We each individually have a very significant role in trying to attain this goal. So let us structure and organize it properly into perhaps committees and see how we can multiply our efforts and go to different locals and make those phone calls. I don't mean locals, I mean different sites, and make those phone calls to people that we know are very angry and disturbed about the current leadership.
Yeah, because it really sucks. It's disgusting. It was very disappointing, very depressing. It was just horrific to come back to after dealing with everything we dealt with COVID. It was just disgusting.
How do we get the list of people to reach out to, Marco?
Well, I think in your network, Kemi, you probably know about 10 workers that work with HRA, that work with HASA, that work with ACS, that work with other agencies that are part of this local. So you need to individually call these people and tell them about Mr. Parker being on the ballot and how essential, how critical it is that we vote.
Marco, I'm sorry. I really don't understand what you just said. Do you have a list of people and their phone numbers that one can reach out to start calling and talking to them?
I got it, Kemi. I'll share that with you.
So share that with me, because if you're talking about me and my circle, my circle is not that wide anymore. Most of them retired. I'm getting ready to retire in a year or so as well. So it's like my circle is really short now. It's not that large like it used to be. But
Okay, not a
if you
problem.
have a list and phone numbers, I am willing to take part in calling people, reaching out to people. There has to be a change. Whether I'm retiring soon or not, whatever changes that can happen, I can still get influence from it. I can still get benefit from it. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and definitely no young person is coming to get this job with the way things are being run on this job. Nobody. I can't imagine me telling my son to go work for the city. What? No.
Yeah, yeah.
So no young person is gonna ever come in and stay there with $20 an hour. No.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have to make changes for ourselves. We have to make changes for our younger ones coming in. You know, there has to be a change, really.
Thank
I've
you.
been waiting for this for a very long time. So I'm glad this is coming up and I'm ready to work
you.
with you guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right, Kimmy, on.
It's
Anyone
clear as
else?
day. Nobody's running up into those agencies from college and straight out of high school. They don't want that. You're
We
not gonna.
wanna,
It's got too many people 35 and up.
we
Maybe.
wanna welcome Ms. Weber and also Ms. Dumay for partaking in this effort in this conference. Welcome, Mr.
Hi, how
Parker
are you?
here.
How's everyone?
Yes. I don't know if we had any other questions that we want to share with the audience here, so we can continue to move forward. People are still joining us, and we're trying to get a groundswell effort so that we can dislodge this man who's been in office almost forever. And it's a daunting task, but we can achieve it without a doubt.
You know, I don't find it daunting. I think that the last election, it was COVID, and when Cliff and I would go campaign, we would see 1,000 deaths and 5 people would be in the audience. And I know that we got those 5 votes. We go out in the field and we talk to people. Most people feel the same way we feel. A lot of them are afraid of him. And I don't know why. You know, but a lot of people are afraid of Wells. I don't get it. It's 22,000 members. I don't know how many are still members now. I would assume around 17 to 18 are paying dues, 18 are paying dues.
I don't
The last
quite
election had
agree.
27.
I don't quite agree to that. The people are afraid of him. No, who is he? Why would they be afraid?
I don't think they're afraid of him. I think
No.
he just got a lot of flunkies. He just got a lot of people that feel like whatever he say is right.
I think Ms. White also had a question. Sharon? You raised your hand.
Yeah, Mr. Parker, excuse my
Yes.
background noise. What would you like us to see us do at the center to help out with the campaign? Is there something
We're
specific?
gonna get you some videos.
Okay,
We're gonna get you some literature, right? And you know, the best way to campaign is word of mouth.
do you have like a campaign flyer you wanna
There's like
distribute?
campaign flyers, word of mouth,
Okay.
videos. You know, if everyone here can get 10 people that, you know, that they can influence and send them stuff about Cliff and I campaign, right? Then, and have them send it to another 10 people. That's how this is done, grassroots, you know? And it's unstoppable when it's done that way. We have these
We had-
smartphones in our possession. These smartphones are invaluable in terms of texting people and getting information to people.
Yeah, word. Can we lower that, wherever that noise is coming from? We had word from Patrice who said, I can't go on camera now, but Parker is super dope. I worked at DJJ for 11 years. Parker held it down for the JCs for years. So he's got, according to Patrice, Mr. Parker's got some serious credentials. And I don't take what Patrice says lightly. When Patrice makes a statement, she is well researched and it's on point.
Like I was saying, I enjoy campaigning. I'm actually going on vacation to campaign. So Cliff and I both be on vacation. We'll be out around the city, outpacing Wells. His cane is not going to be fast enough. We're going to be out there.